School District. My name is Miss Knight from William Rainey Harper.
And I'm Mrs. Maldonado from Louisa May Alcott.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Araj. I'm from Charles Mooney School.
Hey, I'm Miss Moss from Marion Sterling.
Hi, I'm Miss Tabor from William Rainey Harper.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Posey from William Rainey Harper.
Wow, I'm looking outside and I'm seeing what a beautiful day it is out there.
It is such a beautiful day today. I wonder what we could do outside.
I know I like to grow a garden.
I wish I knew how to grow a garden.
I know, I wish that I had a green thumb and could grow anything, but I just don't know how. I wonder how we could learn how to garden.
I have a perfect book that teaches us all about how to garden.
Today we're going to read the book Plant the Tiny Seed by Christy Matheson. And if we work really hard and follow all the directions in the book, just maybe a garden will grow at the end. Here we go. Plant the Tiny Seed by Christy Matheson. There's magic in this tiny seed. Press it down and count to 3. Do you see that tiny seed? Let's press it down together and count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Plant another, then one more. Press them down and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wiggle your fingers to add some water. Good job, keep wiggling them. That's enough. Now, rub the sun to make it hotter. Keep rubbing, rub that sun. Tap the cloud and wish for rain. Oh, I hope it rains. I hope it rains to help those flowers. Good job. Now clap to bring the sun again. Keep clapping. You got it? Find the worm. Look for his tail. Do you see him? There he is. Shoo away that hungry snail. Shoo, shoo. Tell the little bud good night. Good night, little buds. Guess what you'll see in the morning light? What do you think's going to happen? Oh, all that water and sun. What do you think might happen to our buds? Maybe. Let's see. Wow! Now point to that purple flower. Oh, here comes the bee coming in. Bzzz. Tap the cloud again. Go ahead and tap it. Oh, I see one popping. Oh, it's another rain shower. And look what happened. We have another flower that popped. A beautiful red flower. Touch the blossoms gently, please. Oh, look, there's 3. Touch them gently. Oh, nice job. Oh, now jiggle the plants to scatter those seeds. Jiggle, jiggle. The purple flower needs a clip. Swipe across the stem. Snip, snip. Go ahead and cut that flower. Give it a snip. Close your eyes. Wave your hands in the air. Good job. Keep waving them. Oh, look. There's magic everywhere. What a great job you did. We grew 3 beautiful flowers and we even have more starting to grow. Now let's go to Miss Araj and she's going to show us her own garden.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mrs. Araj and I'm from Charles Mooney School in Cleveland. Mrs. Posey just got done reading us a story, Plant the Tiny Seed. So today we'll be talking about how to plant a vegetable garden. I wonder what will happen when I plant my pepper seeds and my tomato seeds in my planters. Let's find out. So I have all of my materials here to help me plant my seeds. I have my sweet pepper seeds, I have my tomato seeds, and for those of you that like it hot and spicy, I have my hot pepper seeds. I also have my small gardening shovel. I have my 3 planters. I have my labels so that I can label each of my planters, a watering can, a pitcher of water. I have my potting soil, and then I also have a number 2 pencil that's going to guide me with my seed planting. All of these materials are readily available at your local garden center. So we're ready to plant our seeds. I'm going to take my garden shovel and I'm going to put it into my potting soil mix. And I'm just going to fill each one of my pots. I don't want to fill it too high. I'm only going to fill it to this line. That's a good guide for me. So I'm just going to quickly fill each pot. And I notice that I'm also doing this outside because this can get a little messy. I don't want to do it inside because I don't want to create a mess. So I've already filled my first one. I'm going to fill my second. And I'm only going to that line. And it's okay if I put a little bit more potting soil past that line because the water will take the potting soil down some. So I'm quickly filling all 3. I got some on my labels, that's okay, that's why we're outside. And again, I'm only filling to that line. So now you can see all 3 of my planters have some soil. Now I'm also going to take my pitcher of water and I'm just going to pour some water into each planter. Just enough to make it moist. Not that we want it too wet because we don't want it too wet. But we want it moist enough that when we put our seeds in, they have a nice damp, moist environment so that they thrive and they grow. And I use the pitcher because it's easier to control than the water pitcher. So now you can see, and I'm going to pat that down a little bit. And it's okay if you put a little too much water into your pot because there are holes at the bottom that will help your soil drain. So it's okay if you put a little too much water in. Now that our planters are ready, we're going to use our number 2 pencil and we're going to poke holes in our soil and we're going to put our seeds in each of the planters. So let me start by taking my number 2 pencil, and this number 2 that's on the pencil is going to be our guide for how far we put our pencil in the soil. So I'm going to turn my pot so you can see, and I'm going to make a triangle with my holes. So I'm going to put my pencil down in the soil, and you can see that the number 2 is down below so you don't even see it. I'm going to turn my pencil a little bit. I'm going to come a couple inches across. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push my pencil down so that the number 2 is no longer showing. I'm going to twist my pencil a little bit, and then I'm going to make another hole that makes a triangle, and I'm going to put my pencil down so that you no longer see the number 2. So now I've made 3 holes in my soil. I've made like a little triangle. And then I'm going to start with my sweet bell peppers, and I'm just going to take a couple seeds, so like a pinch, and I'm going to put a couple seeds down in those holes that I've just made. So just a couple seeds, a little pinch, and I'm going to put those down in the hole. Then I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to cover up those holes because we want our seeds a couple inches below soil line. And so those are the sweet bell peppers. I'm gonna take my label. I have my bell pepper label. I'm gonna put my bell pepper label on my pot so that I know it's bell peppers. I'm gonna take my pitcher of water. I'm gonna water just a little bit, not a lot, just a little. And then I'm gonna put that one off to the side. So that's the bell pepper. Then I already made holes for this pot. And again, they're in the shape of a triangle. I'm gonna go over to my tomato seeds. I'm gonna take just a pinch and I'm gonna put 2, maybe 4 seeds in each of these holes, just a pinch of seeds, tiny seeds. And then once I have all those seeds in there, I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to cover up each of the holes. Now you can use your fingers too. You don't necessarily have to use the pencil, but you just want to make sure that those holes are covered. And then those are my tomatoes. So again, I'm going to grab my tomato label. I'll put the tomato label on that planter so I know what it is. I'll grab my water pitcher and just give a little bit more water, not a lot. And then if I need to pat that down a little bit, put that off to the side. And then here's my last planter. As you can see, the holes are already made again. They're just as deep as that number 2. I'm going to take just a pinch of my hot peppers. So that's 2 to 3 seeds per hole. Grab another pinch of seeds, put it in the next hole. And then my last pinch and put those seeds down in the hole. This time I'll just use my fingers to gently cover those holes. These are my hot peppers, so I'll grab my hot pepper label and I'll put my hot pepper label on that last planter, giving this last planter some water. Just a little bit, because remember the soil is already damp, so you don't want to overwater it starting out. But again, if you do, there's holes in the bottom. So if your soil needs to drain, those holes will help it. So there you have it. We've planted our seeds in our planters. We need to make sure that they're in full sun for the next 30 to 40 days so that a little tiny plant starts to grow and germinate. So after we've planted our tiny seeds, just as we read in the book, we have a pepper plant and a tomato plant that's grown from our little tiny seeds. Just make sure that when you're growing your seeds, that you put them in full sun, you give them tender loving care, some TLC, and that you're monitoring their water, because all plants need sunshine and water. Once our plants are this size, you'll notice that we've transplanted them into this big planter box to give the roots from our tiny seeds room to grow. Look at all of these beautiful peppers that are on the vine. Look at that big cluster of peppers, all from tiny seeds. And then if we walk over here, look at our tiny cluster of tomatoes on the vine, all from a tiny seed. And with that, I hand it over to Miss Tabor.
Thank you, Mrs. Arash. My very own plant from your garden. That is so nice. I love it. Very cool. My name is Miss Tabor.
And my name is Lupe.
Today, we're going to teach you a little bit more about seeds. So, seeds have many purposes, and humans actually have a huge relationship with seeds.
What's a relationship?
It's almost kind of like a friendship. A relationship meaning that we have a lot of different uses for seeds.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, we, as you just learned, garden with seeds. And then those seeds grow into what? Nutritious fruits and vegetables and plants and trees. Yes, great point. So not only do seeds grow into plants, fruits and vegetables that we're going to eat, but they also grow into trees that give us oxygen to breathe, and plants that are then used to make medicine, because lots of plants are used in medicine. Wow, so interesting. I know. So what are some other things that we do with seeds besides gardening and then using the nutritious fruits and vegetables to eat?
Well, another thing that we do is we actually also eat seeds. We don't just eat the fruits and vegetables that it grows into, we eat seeds too.
That's true. I love chia seeds and sunflower seeds, and there's lots of different seeds in like cereals and granola bars.
Yes, I love seeds too. They're so healthy and crunchy.
That's true. What other animals eat seeds? Birds! Yes, birds eat seeds. That is so true.
Yes, birds eat lots and lots of seeds.
That's true. So, one of the things that we have in common with birds is not just that we both eat seeds. Another thing that both humans and birds do is that we both garden.
Señorita Tabor, you've gone loco! How can a bird garden? They don't even have thumbs.
Well, the thing is, birds don't need thumbs to garden. When birds go and they get all of their seeds in their beak, sometimes they decide to bring some back to their nest for later, for a snack, or maybe even for their baby birds. But what ends up happening along the way is sometimes they might drop a seed here or there.
Oh no, that's so sad. And then they're hungry?
Not necessarily. If they know where to go back to find more seeds, they're probably going to be just fine. But along the way, they drop seeds sometimes. What do you think happens if a seed falls from a bird's mouth and lands on soil?
Is it possible that the seed goes into the soil and grows into a fruit or a vegetable or a flower or a plant?
Exactly. So that's what I mean when I say that birds garden too. So it's really important that we provide birds with different seeds that they can eat so that we can continue having beautiful nature all around us.
Wow, so maybe even if we are to provide birds with more seeds for trees, we could have more trees and then more oxygen.
That is true. I wonder how we could provide birds with more seeds.
Oh, I know! What if we make a birdhouse?
That's a great idea.
I know it sounds crazy that a bird could live in a house, but it's not like a house like a human lives. A birdhouse is just a place where the bird goes and gets seeds. It stores all the seeds just like a toy box for toys. A birdhouse is a storage place for seeds for the birds.
Oh, okay, interesting. Do other animals ever get into a birdhouse?
Yeah, sometimes sneaky squirrels or sneaky raccoons, they will go into the birdhouse and they will take the seeds, but the seeds are meant for the birds in the birdhouse.
Well, I'm sure the birds could share too. So, how about we make our very own birdhouse?
Yes, señorita, I love that idea. We're gonna make a birdhouse. Do, 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 do.
Okay, let's do some research because I've never built a birdhouse before.
Okay, I get on the internet.
Okay, so Lupe, type into Google how to make a birdhouse. Okay?
So it says here that you can use materials that you already have in your house.
Like what?
A milk carton.
Perfect. I've already got a milk carton. What other kind of things do we need?
Here, I printed out the list for you. We are going to need a milk carton, a paintbrush, paint, string, scissors, and a stick or a chopstick. We also need tape.
Okay, interesting. We've got all of those things. So what should we do next?
Well, I am a big fan of the engineering design process. It's a very good way to learn how to build different things. So step 1 of the engineering design process is you have to ask what you're trying to build. We're trying to build a birdhouse, right? Okay, next, we're going to imagine. So imagine how your birdhouse could look. Do you want your birdhouse to be red? Do you want your birdhouse to have a dinosaur living inside? It could be anything. Okay, next we're going to plan. That's when we're going to design our birdhouse and you can draw it out. Next, you're going to create. That's the fun part. And we're going to paint our birdhouse and we're going to do all the things we need to do in the birdhouse. And finally, you're going to improve. What can we do to make the birdhouse better? This is the engineering design process. It's very good.
Okay. Now, Lupe, can you go grab those materials for us really quickly?
Absolutely. It's so heavy.
Okay. So, we've got our milk carton, got tape, string, scissors, and I didn't have paintbrushes, so we made paintbrushes out of using marker, tape, and string. Markers, tape, and string. More string, and then we've got our acrylic paint here. And you can use oil paint, acrylic paint. I'm sure there's lots of different types of paint that'll work.
Awesome, let's get started.
Okay, let's get started. 10 minutes later. Okay, our birdhouse is done. Lupe really wanted the birdhouse to be bright red, so we decided to paint the birdhouse bright red. And I wanted to make a yellow fence, so we painted a yellow picket fence.
I also wanted to make these windows here, so we got some windows so the bird can look outside at all the beautiful nature. And then we got the 2 spots here where the birds will jump inside to eat. And what's the stick here for? Well, the birds like to sit on the stick while they poke their head inside and they eat their seeds.
Exactly. So if you look inside here, you can see that it is full of seeds, and I'm actually going to put a little bit more seeds in there before I put it outside, just to make sure that there's plenty for the birds to eat. Finally, we are going to poke a hole right in the top, right here, and I just use my scissors to poke a hole in there. That's a grown-up's job. Don't forget, grown-ups have to do that hard part. And then you're going to stick the string straight through the cap of the milk carton and pull it off the top. Now, the other important thing, do you see this big rectangle here? Do you think that the big rectangle is an easy thing to make in a milk carton? No. So listen. This is a grown-up's job, to cut out the milk carton. It is not a safe thing for kids to do. So you must ask a grown-up to help you cut out the rectangle in this milk carton. But the rest is up to you. And now is the fun part. We get to hang our very own birdhouses. So pick an area where you know it's going to be strong enough that it can hold your birdhouse up and it won't fall down. You also have to remember it needs to be able to support the bird jumping into the birdhouse right on here. So we're going to pick this sturdy little branch here. That seems strong enough. And keep an eye on it in case if it's not. If it starts to sag down, then you can pick another spot for it. So as you look closer, you can see that this is the wonderful little area the bird will jump on, and they'll be able to stick their head right inside and eat the bird seed. Thanks for learning with me today. I hope that your birdhouse comes out wonderfully. See you later.
Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Maldonado. It's so nice to see you again. I want to start by thanking Miss Tabor for her really fun art lesson today. As you can see here, we're going to continue using flowers, but this time we're going to have flowers and math. Who knew you could do flowers and math together? Sounds fun to me. We're going to start our math lesson today by using my favorite color, which is red. I'm going to pull over the red flowers and make that my first group. Aren't they beautiful? My second favorite color is yellow. Wow, look at all these beautiful yellow sunflowers I have. Now let's take a look. Let's count. How many red flowers are there? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 red flowers. I'm going to write that down. Now count the yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 yellow flowers. I have 3 red and 7 yellow. Now I'm going to put them together. When I put them together, I add. I use a plus sign. 3 plus 7 equals. Well, I don't know. Let's count on. When we count on, we start with the bigger number. Which one is bigger, 3 or 7? You're right, 7 is bigger. So we're going to start by counting on with 7. I had 7 yellow, and now I have 8, 9, 10 all together. So 3 plus 7 equals 10. Now we also can use the commutative property. That means switch-o, change-o. That's what I used to call it in my first grade. So instead of having 3 plus 7, I'm going to take these red and I'm going to switch them over to the other side. I didn't lose any yellow. I didn't lose any red. I still have 7 yellow. I still have 3 red. But this time, the yellow are on the left and the red are on the right. So it's 7 on the left plus 3 on the right. And is it still 10? Well, let's double check. Start with the bigger number. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, it was still 10. Again, we call that the commutative property. Or as I like to say, switch-o, change-o, because we just switched them around. Speaking of switching things around, when we did the problem the first time, we did it horizontal, or we went across the page. What if we did it vertical, meaning up and down? So if I put my yellow flowers on top and my red flowers on the bottom, what would that problem look like? Well, let's see. If I had 7 on the top and I added 3 on the bottom, is it still the same 10? Let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10. So we just did it vertically. Again, we can do it horizontal or we can do it vertically. Look at that. This time we're going to be using our white and blue flowers because they're so pretty too. However, this time instead of using a regular addition problem, we're going to be using some graphic organizers to help us. We're going to start with part, whole. Our first part will be the white flowers. How many white flowers do you see? Ready? 1, 2. Okay, that's one part of our flowers. Let's count the blue. 1, 2, 3. I see 3. That's the other part of our flowers. Now, how many do we have in the whole thing? We put them together. When we count on, and we look for the bigger number. Which was bigger, 3 or 2? That's right, 3 is. So I'm going to circle it. That helps me remember which one is the bigger number. So I start with 3 and I count on. What comes after 3? 4, 5. Good job. That's how many we have in the whole thing. So this graphic organizer is called part, whole. It's really helpful to get us where we need to be when adding. Now another way we could do it is to use the number line. My first number were the white flowers. I had 2. So I'm going to come down to my number line and I'm going to find the number 2. And I'm going to put a mark right here. That's my starting place. That's my 2 white. Now I have 3 blue that I have to add on. So I count on from there. I start at the 2 and I hop up my number line. 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces. And where did I end up? There we go, the number 5. Do you see the same thing happening? 2 and 3 together is 5. 2, hop up 3, together is 5. Another way we can use it, I call this my math mountain because here it looks like a mountain. My first number was 2, So like this here at the bottom, 2 would go down here. 2 white flowers. Then I have my 3. 3 blue flowers would go next to it. Now, I like to draw my rocks here. 2 rocks fell down the mountain. 1, 2. Over here is 3. 1, 2, 3. That can help me count. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 goes at the top, just like it did over here. So here's 3 different graphic organizers to help you solve the same problem. A number line, a part whole, and a math mountain all can help you solve for the total. For our last problem today, we're going to look and find the best for last. Orange and purple. Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. I can't wait to use them in our story. A story. Great, a story problem. That's the last thing we're going to do today. We're going to tell a story about our flowers. So we're going to say Mrs. Maldonado went to the store and bought some flowers. She bought 6 orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she bought some purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bought 6 orange and 6 purple. So let's write a story. I have 6 orange and 6 purple flowers. And we know at the end of a sentence we put a period. How many flowers do I have? And we put a question mark when we ask a question. Now let's do the math. Again, we had 6 orange. So we'll start with my first number is 6. We're going to add, and remember when we add, we put a plus sign. We had 6 purple. And what does that equal? What's my total? Oh, 6 plus 6, we call that a double because the numbers are the same. So neither one of them is bigger because they're exactly the same. So I'm going to just circle my 6 because that's where I'm going to start. I have my 6 orange, and then I'm going to count on. Here's my 6 orange, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 flowers all together. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Would you look at that? So I wrote a story this time, and then I solved it by adding. I started at the number and counted on to get my total. My total is 12. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. I hope you had fun. And remember those really good strategies we learned. We started with red and yellow, where we used the commutative property, or we learned that we could switch our numbers and still get the same total. The next time we used part whole, we used a number line and a math mountain to solve addition problems. And then finally, with our purple and orange, we had a story problem. Nice job, good work. And now I'm going to pass it off to Miss Knight, who's going to give you some more fun today.
Thanks, Miss Maldonado. Hi again, everyone. I'm so happy you're here. I hope we're having lots of fun and learning a lot about plants. Right now, we're going to continue our learning with a little bit of word work. We're going to think about the different sounds we hear in words, and we're going to use our plant vocabulary to help us do that. But first, I need to talk about a special kind of letter. These letters are called our vowels. Now let's think, what are the 5 vowels in our alphabet? Yes, I hope you said A, E, I, O, and U. All right, and when I think of vowels, I think of 2 sounds that these vowels make. They make short vowel sound or some of them make a long, I like to say long, strong vowel sound. Let's talk about those short vowel sounds first, okay? So, short A says ah, like in apple. Short E says eh, like in edge. Short I says like in igloo. Short O says ah, like in octopus. And short U says like in up and umbrella. Now, we know those, right? We got our short vowels. Let's talk about the long vowel sounds, okay? Long vowels, I think they're kind of easy because a long vowel, it simply just says its name. So, for example, long A says A, like an acorn. Long E says E, like an eraser. Long I says I, like in ice cream. Long O says O, like in open. And long U says U, like in unicorn. All right, so we know our short vowel sounds. We know our long vowel sounds. Now there's one new type of vowel sound. Well, I shouldn't say one. I should say multiple different kinds of sounds that we call the diphthong vowel sounds, okay? And these are different. They're not the same as short or long. They're new sounds altogether. So some examples of those are sounds like oo or aw or oi, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of our plant vocabulary words that we've been learning about throughout this lesson, and we're going to sort them by either if they have a short vowel sound. Now remember, those are like ah, I, and or a long vowel sound, and those ones are just a, e, I, o, u. Or if they have a new, totally different type of vowel sound, like a diphthong vowel sound. The examples I gave were aw, oi, and oo. But there are even more than that. So let's look at a few of our plant vocabulary words and decide where do we put them, okay? The first word we're going to look at is sun. Now we know that plants need sun to help them grow. Listen to that word, sun. Sun. Do you hear a short, long, or a new diphthong kind of sound? On has short U. So we'll put that right under short vowel sound. Let's look at another word. This word is leaf. Leaf. We know plants need a leaf to help them make their food, right? Leaf. Listen to that word. Leaf. I hear a long E, don't you? Leaf. You hear that E? We're going to put that under long vowel sound. Let's look at another vocab word. Oh, these are the roots. Roots. Roots help suck up the nutrients and water from the soil to help a plant grow big. A root, listen to that. I see O's in the word, but listen to the sound. Roots. Ooh is the vowel sound. Ooh is not a short vowel or a long vowel sound. Ooh is something totally different. It's one of those diphthong, one of those new sounds. So we'll put that word right under there. Next, let's see what else we can find. Oh, what about these? These are what we use to help plant. We plant these first, and from this, a plant grows. These are the seeds, right? Seed. Listen, seed. What sound do you hear? I hear long E, seed. So I'll put that under long vowel sounds. Oh, this is the pretty part of a plant. Some plants have pretty flowers that bloom on them. Listen to this. I see an O and an E in here, but just listen to the sounds. Flower. I don't really hear an ah or an O. I hear an ow, flower. That is a new sound, a diphthong, we call that sound. So we'll put that under our new diphthong. What other vocab words can we sort? Oh, stem. Stem, that's the part of the plant that takes nutrients and water and spreads it around the whole plant. So it takes it to the leaves, to the flower, Okay? So let's listen to the word stem. I hear a short E. M. We're going to put that under short vowel sounds. We also have, let's see, a bud. Bud. A bud is what happens before a flower blossoms. So before it looks like this, it looks like this. It's all, the petals are all closed. Listen to this word. D. Bud. It has a short U. Right in the middle. We'll put that under short. Other vocabulary words we've learned. Oh, soil. That's the special dirt that you plant your seeds in. It has lots of nutrients in it and helps them grow. Listen to this word. I see an O and an I, but I want you to listen to the sound it makes. Soil. Oi. It makes the oi sound. So that is not short or long. That is a diphthong. We're going to put that right under diphthong. Oh, here's something that plants need to live. They need water. And sometimes, if we're lucky, we don't have to go water them. Sometimes the clouds provide it for us. The rain. Listen to the word rain. Rain. You hear that long A right in the middle? That's one of our long vowels. Ooh, this one's probably one of my favorite vocabulary words. Fruit. Some plants grow fruit. This is a lemon tree. All fruit comes from a plant. Listen to this word fruit. Fruit. Ooh, that's a new sound. It's not short or long. It's a diphthong. All right, let's look at this. Oh, this is a very pretty flower. This flower is called lily. A lily. Lily. You hear that short I? Like an igloo and illy? That will go under short vowel. This is an easy one. Tree. We all know a tree is a plant. Tree. It ends with long E, right? Do you hear that? Tree. That will go right there under long vowel. All right, we only have a few more vocabs left. Let's see. Grass. Grass is a type of plant. Grass. Let's listen to that word. Grass. Grass has a short A. Like an apple. This is another type of plant. This is a clover. Over. Clover has that long O in the middle. You hear that? You hear that O? Over. So we'll put that under long. Okay, our last one. This is called a sprout. This part is the seed, and the sprout is the first little part of the plant that starts peeking out of the seed that starts growing like a baby plant. We call it a sprout. And in the middle of sprout, you'll hear this sound, ow. Kind of like in flower, but it's with an O and a U, but it still says ow. That's a new vowel sound. That's a diphthong. We're going to put that right under there. So now, friends, you'll see we've learned all these vocabulary words, and we learned all their special vowel sounds that they have in them. Thank you so much for joining me. Now we're going to turn it over to Miss Moss for some flower yoga.
Hello there. I'm Miss Moss, and today I'm at the Fitness Hub studio, and I want to do a little yoga with you guys today. And now you've heard the story of Plant the Tiny Seed. Cool story, huh? So we're going to use that book and incorporate a little yoga. So yoga means combining the mind and the body. So that's what we're going to do today. Gotta use your mind, gotta use your body. We're going to use them all together to plant some seeds and grow some flowers of our own. Sounds fun? All right, well, let's get started. First, we got to do a body check. Do you know your body parts? Let's check. Where's your head? It's my head. Put your hands on your head. Good. Where are your shoulders? Here are my shoulders. Where are your knees? Your knees. What about your toes? Let me see those toes. Wiggle those toes. Very good. Eyes. Here are your eyes. Ears. Mouth and nose. Sounds like a song, right? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Awesome job. So you guys have got the body parts down. What about the imagination part? That's your mind. It's your imagination. You gotta use your imagination today. So it's a nice day today. It's summertime. So let's use our imagination to make some ice cream cones. Get your cone. Imagine your favorite ice cream is over here. Let's scoop some up. 1 scoop. 2 scoops. Should we do another scoop? 3 scoops. I really like ice cream, so let's do 1 more scoop. 4 scoops. Now let's use our imagination and gobble that yummy ice cream up before it all melts. Go. Awesome job. So you guys got the body down, got the imagination down. Now let's plant some seeds. But first, we're gonna check in with our hearts. So put your hand over your heart, one over your belly, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Blow it out your mouth. Great job. Close your eyes if you like. Good job. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more time together. Very nice. Now let's try lifting our arms up to the sky. Inhaling. Exhale. Release the arms. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, those arms down. You've got it. Again. Inhale, breathe through your nose. Exhale, out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome job. So, let's spread our legs out nice and wide. Get comfortable. Let's stretch down this side. Walk those hands down that leg. Feel that stretch. Good. Let's walk our hands over to the other leg. Feel that stretch. We're going to stretch our bodies out. Inhale, exhale. And let's go right down the middle. How far can you go? Go nice and slow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Awesome job. Walk those hips right up the middle. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. Let's make the soles of our feet touch. This is called butterfly pose. Let me see you flap your butterfly wings. Awesome job. Feel that stretch. Great job. Now let's sit crisscross applesauce. Let's do a nice side stretch. So cross one arm over your knee, plant the other behind you, and twist to the side. Great job. Let's do the other side. Cross that arm over, gently twist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Great job. Let's come back to the center. You ready to plant some seeds? Imagine there's lots of seeds out in front of us. Let's pick our favorite one. I think I like this one. Yeah, this seed looks great. Let's plant it down in the dirt. Let's scoop some more dirt on top of that seed. Great job. Let's pat it down. Pat your seed down. Now in the story, planted the seed in the dirt. What else did they need? I remember they needed rain. So let's give our seed some rain. Lift those arms out in front of us. Inhale big. Exhale. Release that rain down onto our seed. Let's go. More rain. Shh. More rain. Shh. Awesome job. I think we should give it one more rain. Let's go. Awesome. So we planted the seed, put some dirt on top of it, gave it some nice rain. Now in the story, then out came the sun, right? So let's make a sun. Let's pull our arms up above our head. Let's make a big circle like the sun, right? So let's tilt the sun to this side. Make sure our seed gets some sun over there. Inhale, exhale, good. Let's tilt our sun to the other side. Make sure that side of our seed gets some sun. Inhale, exhale. One more time on this side. I think it needs some more sun. Good. Let's go to this side. More sun. Awesome job. Let's come right back up. Let our arms fall to the side. Great job. So we planted our seed in the dirt, gave it some rain, gave it some sun. Now, seeds need time to grow. So while we wait for our seed to grow, let's talk about some other things that we saw in the book. I remember there was a worm. So let's create a worm using our bodies. Let's lay flat on our stomachs. Stretch our arms out. We're going to make a really long worm. Stretch your arms out. Lift your feet and wiggle. Kick those feet like you're swimming. Let's move our worm from one side to the other and release it down. Let your worm rest a little bit. Now here we go. Inhale, that worm is up. That worm is moving. One side to the other side. Great job. Plant your hands. So there was a worm. What else was there? There was a snail. Let's pretend like we're a snail, maybe. How could we be a snail? Let's just bend. And let's be a snail. Arms at our side. And we're going to move. Rotate those shoulders. Roll those shoulders. Snail moves really slow. Now, let's be a seed. We got to be really, really skilled to be a seed, right? So, let's rest our foreheads down a little bit. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And what happens to a seed once it's watered and gets lots of sun? You've got it. It starts to grow. So let's start to grow. You're gonna raise up really slow. Our seed is growing. Move your head around a little bit. Our seed is waking up. Move that seed body. It's getting some roots. Let's stand up on our roots, our feet, our roots to our plant, because our seed is becoming a flower. All right, let's stand up. Slowly, slowly. Let your arms just dangle. Move your roots. Go up on your tiptoes. Back on your heels. Good job. Slowly begin to rise. That seed is growing. We're growing. Growing, growing, growing. A nice long stem. Good. Stand up nice and tall. Because now you're a beautiful flower. Your feet are your roots. Now your body is your stem. Flower also has leaves, right? So what can we use to be our leaves? That's right, our arms. So stretch your arms wide out. Stretch those leaves. Wiggle those leaves in the breeze. We've got beautiful leaves. A flower, a plant, also has the pretty part that everybody loves, which is the flower. Our heads are going to be our pretty part of our plant, our flower. So let's get a big, nice, big smile. It's the prettiest part of the flower. Smile big. There we are. You can put your hands on your hip for your stems and move them on around. Smile with your flower, because you are a beautiful flower. You started as a seed, going down as a seed, got your roots. Begin to grow. Begin to grow. You stand up nice and tall. Pull out those leaves and smile big. You're a beautiful flower now. And it all started from a seed. Planting the tiny seed. is my flower. I hope you guys had an awesome time doing yoga with me today. Remember, be a flower.
We're so happy that you were able to join us today to learn all about plants.
I learned how to take care of my garden.
I learned how to make a bird feeder.
And we did some awesome math together.
And we learned all the vocabulary and different word families that go along with the vocabulary of plant words.
And I learned how to use my body as a flower. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
In the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we believe that teaching and learning should be
hands-on, engaging, and fun.
Real world.
Personal and culturally relevant.
Challenging.
We believe teaching and learning happens
when we work together with our classmates.
When we talk to each other.
We believe schools function best when they have the support from District Central Office.
A central office that provides specific supports to each school and recognizes that one size does not fit all.
A central office that bases support on best practices and our feedback.
A central office that utilizes the strengths of teachers and leaders across the district.
At the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we believe
all children can learn and achieve at high levels.
Our graduates must possess skills like creativity and innovation, critical thinking and problem solving,
global citizenship,
communication.
In the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we believe that all students must graduate career and college ready with the skills necessary to fulfill their dreams.
This is CMSD.
I am.
Yo soy.
I am Cleveland's public schools.